Hi guys, we're going to continue on with viewer favorites, and we're going to do this one called Bridge. Just FYI, if you are new around here and you don't know this yet, pattern-collections.com is the website that I use to find all of my patterns, or at least most of them. It's run completely and 100% by Ina Sonemoser, who does a fabulous job. There are thousands and thousands, maybe close to 3,000-4,000 patterns on this website now, all done at no charge to you. But you know, she does this all out of her own pocket. If you have a couple of dollars to spare, if you would go to the PayPal button, just click on that button, it will take you to this page where it will send, you can send a donation of $5, $10, $20, some other amount. You want to give $2, that's fine. You want to give $100, that's awesome. You can make it a monthly donation so that you don't have to think about it and just do it regularly. You can donate with PayPal or with a debit or credit card. Ina has not asked me to say this. She hasn't said anything one way or the other, but she hasn't asked me to say this. I do it out of my gratefulness for this group and the patterns that are just generated here. Just awesome. She has had over 7 million views on this page, and you know, each one of those views costs her money. And I know that she have some medical challenges right at the moment, and so if we could help her out by taking a little bit of the burden off of her by donating, that would be awesome. If you could do that for me, I would appreciate it. Another couple things before we get started. As you guys know, I am going to be walking on October 24th for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. My team is called Friends for Michael. The link will be below, but if you don't see the link or you can't get to it, you can just search for AFSP and search for our team and you'll find me. Donate to my team or to me specifically or anybody else on the team, that's cool. We have a goal of $3,000 this year, $3,500 this year. Last year we raised about almost $3,000, so they want to push it a little bit, get a little bit more. Just our team raised that, not the whole foundation, just our team. And you will know if you watched yesterday's video how impassioned I am. If I will be putting Michael's name and my friend Diane's name, who both had chosen not to stay here on this earth. I'll put them on the back of my t-shirt. I will also honor anybody you would like me to honor on my walk. So if you have someone whose name you want me to put on my shirt, please send me a message or leave me a comment, and or send me a message over on Facebook, and I would be happy to put their name on the back of my shirt. And one last thing before I get started, I want to say a big thank you to Stephanie at Deliberately Creative. Do you guys know her? Stephanie Bergeron. She is amazing. She does all these little art videos, doodling and paints and all. She's just very, very, very crafty and arty. And on one of her videos when I was on vacation, I managed to catch it on a live. I don't usually get to see her live videos because they happen when I'm at work. But I was in the car on our vacation and I was able to watch her video, and I entered her drawing for one of her artwork or little artworks. She sent me 2 little ATCs. I won, and aren't these absolutely adorable? She did them live as I watched her draw them, and they are super cute. And then she colored them with watercolors, I believe it was, or watercolor pencils. Anyway, they are just super cute. And she put them in a little plastic sleeve so they don't get dirty, and she wrote on them on the back for me. And just wanted to say thank you to Stephanie. Now I know how you guys feel when I do a giveaway and you get my stuff. It's awesome to get it in the mail, isn't it? Absolutely. So I'm gonna, oops, I forgot. I don't want to turn that on yet. I'm gonna do this pattern called Bridge. I've done it before, but I'm gonna do it again because it was a viewer favorite. I've done it here on this video, which was an older one, and can you see in the thumbnail that I did all of these bridges going the same direction instead of the way the pattern shows here, going around? So I did that one, and then Mimi did one, and then I did this one where I didn't put the bits behind, these little square bits. And then today I think I'm going to just change it up and do something else. So step number one, you're going to want to make a grid. And then in that grid, you're going to want to make these little bridges. You have one shape that you're going to copy from each square. So let me get this piece of scrap paper here, and let me just show you. In your square, you're actually doing this shape. You're going to do this and that. That's all you're doing in the square. Super simple. So you're doing this square. If it was just one square that you see on your step out, it would be this with a square like this, like that, and then whatever you want to do here. In the sample, it's got you doing a square like this, something like that. Okay, that would be one square in your grid. And then depending on how you do your grid is how it shows up. I'm going to do them in the more standard pattern like they shows here. So see how it's got the one like this, and then you do the next one, turn it 90 degrees, and then you get this one. See how this bridge part goes this way and now it's going this way, but these two happen to line up, so they end up making a half circle like that. And then when you get them, more of them together, they make a full circle. See how that works? Anyway, now the next step is we're going to do a aura around that circle. And then step number 3 has you do this decorative part. But if you're going to do a variation, skip that step. Okay, go over here to this one, which is to put the squares in. And then connect these lines like that, because I think I'm going to do this variation here. So I want to skip that step and go to here first, and I kind of like the circles instead of the squares as well, so I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go to this variation. So what I want to do is I have already measured out the graph here. Just a second. Let me come over here and close my windows. Okay, so I've already measured out the graph because, you know, you don't need to watch me measure. You know how to make squares. I measured them out because I'm making some drawings to put on the front of greeting cards. I'm just going to adhere them to a cardstock greeting card. And so I wanted it measured out today. I usually just kind of wing it, but today I didn't want to wing it. I wanted it more measured. So I'm going to use a nice big, want a nice big one, or do I want it? You know, I don't. I'm going to make a small. I'm going to make a very small pen of the grid. I'm going to use my new Copic multiliners. If you saw my video back on 9/26, because that's the day I'm drawing these, you'll see my unboxing and testing video of these multiliners, and I'm going to start using these from now on. So FYI, but I'm excited. I'm going to use this really tiny nib. Why is it not writing? It's such a tiny nib. You know, that's maybe too small. Maybe that's why it's not writing very well. It needs a smoother paper. This is not a good paper for this nib, it appears. I'm going to go back up to the 01. Let's do that. It's still pretty small. Yeah, that's better. Now I could use my ruler and get really precise, but you know, I'm just human, and hand-drawn looks hand-drawn when it's less precise, so I'm okay with that. Like so. Okay, and one here. One there. And then there. And there. And there. Okay. So I want to do the first one. I'm going to do it like this and like that. That will establish my size. And then I can go ahead and make this one go all the way around at that size, like that. And then I can just continue that arch that way. Same thing with here. And then this one can get kind of a circle, like so. I'm a little wonky right there, but that's all right. That, and then this one would be this way, right? And this one's going to be about this size, like so. And then I can make one opposite like that, and one here this way. Okay, just like that. And then I think on this part I want to get a bigger pen. Let me get a little bit bigger, not super much bigger, a little bit bigger. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with 05. Well, that wasn't very even. That's a nice circle, and that's not. Oh well. It is what it is. Okay, let me do another question out of my book. I'm reading questions out of this book called What If, or If, Questions for the Game of Life. If you could destroy a single tape or CD that your mate plays, what would it be? So you can tell it's a little bit older book because, you know, there's no, people aren't using tapes anymore, but I wouldn't. It's basically asking what thing does your mate listen to that you don't like? And there isn't anything that he listens to that I don't like. We have the same taste in music, and even if we didn't, we would totally respect each other's not wanting to listen to something. So if he said to me, you know, I really don't like X, Y, or Z, and it was something that I liked, I would totally just not listen or watch or whatever. Like, same with videos. I wouldn't engage in that while he was around, and he would do the same thing for me. So if there was somebody, an artist or something that I didn't care much for that he liked, if I asked him, if I said, you know, I don't care much for that one, he would just not watch or listen when I was around. We would do that on our separate times, or put on our headphones or something, you know. So I wouldn't destroy anything of my husband's. I would respect his decision to listen to whatever he wanted to listen to. I would just ask him if he could either turn it down or put on his headphones if there was something that I didn't like to listen to. But I can't even think of the last time we disagreed on a music choice. Most of the time it would be more of like, I'm not in the mood to listen to music right now, and he is, or vice versa. You know, I want to maybe watch a show and he wants to listen to music. That's kind of, they don't go together. One of us would just put on our headphones and we'd be fine. We'd still be in the same headspace, same place, same physical space, but we would just be on our own sounds. I don't think you need to worry about that anymore. I like the circles at the ends instead of the squares. That makes it look different. I like that. Now I want to do these radial lines, and I think I want to come back here and emphasize this more. I didn't draw very good circles to start with, and I'm just going to make them bigger. Nice thick lines here. So like I said, we're having, I don't know if I said, did I say? We're having 4 birthdays within like a week of each other. And so for the next 4 videos, instead of putting the name on the outside, usually I write the name, you know, like I did here. I usually write the name, the Tangletober, and then the name of the pattern on the front of my page. I think I'm going to do it on the back this time. Because I'm going to be mounting these artworks on a greeting card. I don't want it on the front. So I've decided to just put a little post-it note for when we're finished. Just made a little post-it note to remind us all what it is. I'm getting warm though. I closed my window because I could hear my husband puttering about outside. He's doing his cleaning and stuff, getting ready for the company that's coming over. We're going to have the birthday people all over tomorrow for dinner. We will stay socially distant, don't you worry. We're just going to be out in the backyard. Plenty of room for everybody to stay apart. It will be my husband and I as one couple, one other couple, and then a family. So that family can, you know, hang out together. So we're just going to have a couple of tables. One family will stay at one table. The other two couples will be at the other table, distanced apart at the two ends of the table. We'll be fine. We're going to do pizzas and salad for dinner. Should be good. We have at our grocery store, they had a pizza place inside the grocery store, which was very convenient. You could go in, we would go in and order our pizza and then do our grocery shopping, and usually by the time we were done grocery shopping, the pizza would be finished. It's very, very handy. However, due to world events, they have closed, probably temporarily, hopefully not permanently, but what they're doing is in the grocery department, in the refrigerated section, they're selling their components for their pizzas. So I really like their dough. So there you can buy just a pre-made, pre-packaged size of dough, and then you can purchase the toppings, just a little I don't want to say bag because it doesn't come in a bag, a little container of the various toppings. Like you could buy their pepperoni if you like their particular pepperoni already, you know, sliced and ready to go. They have their other toppings, their veggie toppings and stuff in little tubs that you can purchase all ready to go, which is cool. That's neat. I like this. And so so that's what we're gonna do. We have both ovens in the house. We have double ovens, so we can cook 4 pizzas at once. Should be plenty. And we're gonna do, you know, one kind of plain pizza, maybe one with everything on it, and some in between, whatever everybody wants. And we also have some pans for individual pizzas. That's what my husband and I usually do for Friday night dinner, is we have the little individual pizza pan things, and my husband will take that bag of dough and divide it into 2 smaller pizzas. Then he puts on his what he likes, and I put on mine what I like, because I am a much pickier eater than he is. I totally admit that. And there are things that just don't belong on a pizza, but he loves it. He will most often make a barbecue chicken pizza. Put on barbecue sauce and these markers. This Copic is not happy with this paper. I find that interesting. At least this thinner size is not happy with this paper. I keep having to go off on the side and like restart the marker. I know it's not the marker because it works fine over here on the smoother paper, but this is kind of a rougher texture and it's not it's not happy. It's interesting. Maybe if I don't push as hard. It seems to be better too. Okay. Lighter hand, Don. Lighter hand. So anyway, I think that's what we're going to have for tomorrow's dinner. After I'm done drawing here, we got to go to the grocery store, pick up those things. And then we're also going to have, normally when this same group comes, we would have 2 dogs. But 2 of the families, one that doesn't usually have a dog and one that does have a dog, are both have an extra dog. They have visitor dogs in their household. So we think that all the dogs will be coming. So we will have a total of 10 people and 4 dogs. It's funny, I had an anxiety dream about that this morning. That, not the dogs, the people. Because it's been such a long time since we've had a number of people over. We've had four of these 8 that are coming. We've had 4 of them over at a time before during the COVID, but this is the first time we'll have had 8. And I woke up this morning with a dream that I had been to work, even though tomorrow I don't work, but this is my dream. I had been to work, I came home, fully expecting these friends to be there, and then when I came in the house, there were other people there that I know, they're my friends, but they were not invited to tomorrow's activities. But I was so excited to see them because I hadn't seen them, one of those particular friends that was in my dream I haven't seen in probably maybe 2 years. It's been a long time. And so I was very excited to see them, and then I excused myself and I said, I'll be right back. I need to go change out of my work outfit. And so I did that, refreshed myself, came back downstairs in my dream, and there were multiple people in my house, all of whom I know, mostly all from church. Pretty much the same gathering that came for the big birthday bash we held in our yard. Was it last year? Was it only last year? I think it was last year. The big birthday bash we had last year. So that was like about 50 people, and they were all at my house. and they weren't supposed to be there, and I was getting all freaked out, and I was yelling, we can't social distance with this many people. And yeah, that's what I woke up to this morning. That was my, I told my husband it was a nightmare, and he says, that doesn't sound like a nightmare. I was like, yes, it's a nightmare because it just ramped up my anxieties. He says, this sounds like a fun party. I said, yeah, it sounded like a fun party to me too. Until my anxieties kicked in and said, you know, we can't have all these people here. So I must be worried a little bit about tomorrow. Even though I know we will be safe. We will all be very careful. One of the people coming tomorrow is a nurse whose job it is to track COVID. So I know for a fact that she won't let us do anything out of that we're not being cautious. That's what I'm trying to say. She will make sure that we are cautious, because that's her job at the hospital. So I don't know. My anxieties were just getting to me this morning. That's all. No biggie. This has a lot of little details to it. All these little lines. It's taking me a while. But I like how it's coming out. I think it's interesting, these starting to look like, they look like bicycle wheels. And the person I'm gifting this particular one to is one of our bicycle adventure friends. So I think this is very appropriate. There we go. That looks cool. And now I think I want a little bit of shading. Right in here. And of course, I used this dark red, so it's gotta have some highlights, right? Okay, Lendy Stump. Yep, I'm skipping around. I want my blending stump point toward the pen line, and in order to do that I kind of have to be on this side of the line. Like that. Okay. And now I want my white pencil. Is it nice and sharpened? I want it nice and sharp. What do I want to do? Do I want to do this? I think so. I think that's what I want to do. Look at that white pop on this dark red. I love it. Couple more and then we'll be done. See, what I like about these patterns is that, like, if you go back and watch my other videos, I'm using the same exact pattern and they all look so totally different, which is what I really love about pattern based art, is that just because you're doing a pattern, the same pattern over and over again, does not mean your art turns out the same. And I think that is the best thing. So I'm going to just sign it because it does need to be signed. And on the back, I'm going to put Tangletober Bridge. There we go. That's the, where can I put it? That's too big. Let me make it smaller, or closer to the edge of the page here. Yep, that's what it needs. Okay. There we go. There. You can see it. I can see it. And it fits. All right. There we go. So you guys have a great day. I will see you on the next video, which will be tomorrow. Haven't decided which one I'm going to do yet, but it's going to be another one for a greeting card. And you guys have a great day and do something nice for someone today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.